Hi everyone, my name is Emily Kern-Swaffer and I am the Community Gardens Manager. Today we are at the Providence Hospital Garden, which is behind me. And I'm going to give you a little tour about this to show you this garden. And we're also going to plant some things and prepare a planting bed today and show you how to do that. This garden is a collaboration with Garden City Harvest and the St. Pat's Providence Hospitals. It's built on Providence Hospital land, so we're over here off of North Orange Street and Ryman Street. And this garden is made to be completely ADA accessible. So as you see when we'll walk in here, we have decomposed granite pathways, which are good for wheelchairs. We have beds that are at sitting height, and we have beds where people can work while standing. And then we also have ground level beds with a bunch of different perennial flowers and herbs as well. So follow me back. We're going to kind of cut in through here. This is like the back gate. We've brought in a bunch of soil and compost that we're using to put in our raised beds, and the compost we're also going to be adding to all of the beds. So right now we just started gardening here. It might look a little bit rough, but it's going to get better and better each day and each week. So you'll have to check back with us or drive by the garden if you're in the neighborhood and check it out. This way. Also, we never have a lock on this garden, so you're always welcome to come in and stroll through the gardens, snack on a cherry tomato or so. Obviously, we don't want you to take all of our harvest because we grow vegetables here for the food bank, but you're welcome to come in and enjoy the space. So here we are. You can see we have a bunch of starts from our greenhouses that are ready to go into the ground. We have Lauren O'Laughlin over here. She's our Community Gardens Coordinator, and she's going to be demonstrating the bed prep today. And these are those beds that I was talking about that are good for people that need to sit and work in the beds, and then behind us you can see the taller ones that are good for people standing. Take it away from here.
Right. Hey everyone, like Emily said, I'm the Community Garden Program Coordinator. So we have been cleaning out these beds to prep for planting this season, and I've been using some of my favorite garden tools to do so. So this is a digging fork, which is excellent for popping weeds out. I can demonstrate that here. So this is a dandelion, which notoriously has a really deep taproot, and with the digging fork, step in, pop, and you can get that whole root out with these, which I really like. And then having a bucket next to me to collect my weeds to later go in the weed pile. So to prep a bed, we just do that all the way through. So just popping out some more of these weeds that we have, like that. Got a rock in there. And we'll do that all the way to the end of the bed. These we're going to leave. These are daisies from last year, so those are perennial that are going to come up. And then the next step is once we've cleared out all the weeds, we rake the whole thing smooth. So I have a rake over here. And you can see that I've already done that on half this bed. Just going to do this one. Part of the reason we picked this bed to plant cabbage in is that we had peas here last year. So you want to try to alternate your plant families year after year where they're planted, so you're not always having the same family. And cabbage and kale, broccoli, cauliflower are all in the same family. So anywhere that I had one of those crops last year, I want to plant a different family this year because this was peas. This will be perfect for our cabbage. So I'm going to grab, first, thank you Emily for the assistance. I've got compost here. So this is the same composted manure that we drop off to all the community gardens. So I'm just going to top dress this plot with this.
I would like to mention this year is different for gardening. As we all know, we're living in a new world with COVID as our reality. So we are all standing 6 feet apart and we all have gloves on, which all gardeners need to have gloves on when gardening and using the shared tools at our community garden sites. So we will be sending out more information to our community gardeners about how to garden safely together. But just wanted to point that out. You can zoom back to
Great. So now I'm raking, top dressing this compost, mixing it in. Got an assistant. Bringing these daisies back up. And then I'm going to grab my very favorite gardening tool, the Hori Hori. That looks like this. So this is a Japanese gardening knife. It has measurements on it, and it's just kind of a dull-ish blade that's great for if you're hand weeding. Same thing with popping out the tap roots of those dandelions. This is great for that too, being able to stab in and pop those out. It's really like very place-specific weeding, which is nice, and it's also great for planting. So I'm going to grab our cabbages, and here we have, these are both early season cabbages. So they're going to be a little bit smaller than some of the late season cabbages, and they need to be planted 18 inches apart. So if you ever wonder about information like that, or when something's ready to go in the ground, it's either on a seed packet if it's a direct seed.
We have a question.
Oh yeah, what's the question?
We have a question. Do you have any recommendations for delivery, compost, and soil?
Oh, for delivery of compost and soil. So if you're a community gardener, we do deliver compost in the spring, and that's happening starting this week and into next week. Other than that, I think if you can get just composted manure is what we use, and it's aged so it won't burn as hot, which is the problem with some fresh manures. Everything that we put in our gardens is organic. Emily can speak to this perhaps more.
A lot of our local nurseries sell compost in bulk, and you can either pay for them to deliver that to you, or if you have a pickup truck, you could go to the nurseries. And I believe, like Karis, I bought some there for my home garden. We were able to call in, and then they get our car model number, or car model and color, and then dump it right into the back of our truck. But I know that they also do deliveries, and there's a host of other delivery places around town, like Little Dumps, that have little dump trucks, and they'll bring you the material and drop it at your house as well. So, but I would start by calling those nurseries and asking them about their compost and if they deliver.
Thank you.
Great, thank you, Emily. So like I was saying, if you ever have questions about like when something should go in the ground or can be planted, or when you can start seeds, on seed packets that is oftentimes listed depending on the company, and it's by our last frost date. So, speak up, sorry.
Yep.
Too soft here. It's by our last frost date, which in Missoula County is May 9th. So a lot of these are like 4 to 6 weeks before your last frost date, or a week or two after your last frost date. So just having that date in mind. And then always things are worth a Google. So for this we had to refresh that 18 inches apart for these cabbages. And one thing that I like to do when I'm planting starts like this is pull them out and first place them with the roots exposed like this, so I can kind of have an idea and move things around at the last minute if I feel the need to. So say I've done this whole bed, come back, feel good about the spacing, take my gardening knife, and with this you can easily make a hole that then place the plant in, pull out, give it a nice tap, and it makes the planting really easy. And then just continuing doing that. One common, I think, garden mistake is putting things too close together. Like right now, these plants are pretty small, so it'd be easy to push them, but you have to think of the mature size of the plant, so that's something like a zucchini or these cabbages are going to get pretty big. So just keep that in mind as you're planting.
It also helps to firmly, like Lauren's doing, firmly push them in there so that when you water or if the wind comes, they don't fall over.
Excellent. Great. Okay, and now when our whole bed is all in, the last step is to water them. So we've got this watering can here. And give each of these plants a good concentrated water for longer than you might think, because we really do want them to be settled in and have a good amount of water in the surrounding soil for hot days like today. That is how you prep a garden bed. Emily, might you have any other things to add?
Yeah, I just want to say that's it for today. We're going to try and do this regularly this season as we get things in shape over here at the Providence Garden so that we're gardening with you all. Garden City Harvest, if you go to our website and click on the Community Garden Program, so that's gardencityharvest.org/community-gardens. We have a bunch of great resources about planting, some of those planting calendars and dates that Lauren was talking about. We have charts and information on that. We also have information about spacing and growing different crops. So check out our website, and we also have a blog. It's called The Real Dirt, and you can access that from our website at gardencityharvest.org. So check out our blog because there's also more growing tips and cooking tips there.
As well as our upcoming workshop.
Oh, yes! I almost forgot. Next week, we are doing a online virtual workshop all on introduction to gardening. So it's more of a beginner level workshop, but it teaches you the basics from like seed to harvest of what to plant, how to plant it, when to plant it. We'll also cover some topics like succession planting so that you can really maximize your harvest in a relatively small garden plot. And then we'll also give some tips for harvesting, which will come obviously later this year. So that is also on our website. Go to gardencityharvest.org and click on events, and you'll see our garden planning workshop. I believe it's called Planning Your Plot, and it's next Tuesday, starts at 5:30, and I'll be teaching it, so I'll see you virtually again.
Thank you so much,
Thanks.
everyone.